Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Design Hours. In this show, we will be asking some real life questions with our guest design leaders around the world so we can learn from their experiences. And I'm really excited today. Today, we have an amazing guest, Ruben, who is an Adobe XD ambassador, wannabe doctor, and now a product designer. Hey, Ruben, thank you for taking out time for us.
Yeah, thank you for the invite. I really appreciate it. Super happy and excited to talk about, portfolio and all that stuff.
Great, great. So, Ruben, tell us about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? Where are you joining us from?
Yeah, so my name is Ruben Cespedes. I'm a senior product designer, and I have over 16 years of experience. Started back in 2004, designing in New York City for different design agencies, and then from there, I jumped as a graphic designer. Jumped from graphic design to web, and then from web jumped to UX, and then from UX jumped to product design. And I work in the United States and live in the United States. So all my experiences have been like within United States and working with companies like Pfizer, Volvo Trucks, Matt Trucks, Crayola, yeah, and other companies as well.
Great, great. Sounds amazing. Like I think you have done everything, right? Starting from graphic to web and now product design.
Exactly. Even at one point in my life, I was the Flash designer when Flash was a thing to make animations and stuff like that. So I did that action script and all of that fun stuff back in 2007,
Yeah.
which is which is pretty cool. And that taught me a lot of motion, animation, and stuff like that. So you learn from everything. So definitely was a great experience.
True, true. Well said. Cool. So let's get started. It's going to be a simple Q&A session, and there is no time limit for answering. So
Okay.
you can take your time. You can talk about your
All right.
experience. Yeah. Cool. First, the toughest
Shoot.
question, Ruben. How does your day look like? Like, what do you do every day when you get up?
Basically, like as a product designer, what you have like, well, depends on the company, of course, but on the current company that I was working, which is Stash, which is an investing company, you usually get a stand-up meeting every single day, which means that everyone in your team, like if you have a squad team for a specific product, in my case, I had a specific squad team, and I was the lead or senior product designer in that team. So you get to in the stand-up meeting get to say what you did yesterday and what are your plans for today. So for example, say like, okay, yesterday I worked on the designs for X, Y, and Z, and then today will be moving forward and creating a prototype and doing this and this and this. And then if you have any blockers, you say like, I have a blocker. I don't find the icons for this specific thing. So that way the product manager will address that and help you with that blocker. So that's kind of like the typical thing that you do first thing in the morning. Of course, you have that meeting, the stand-up meeting. Then after that, you start working on your stuff. And then based on how the day goes, sometimes you have product design meetings where you have to present your work. Sometimes you have to have a meeting with the product manager to align with the specific things for that particular product that you're working on, or sometimes you have to have meetings with engineers and developers just to talk about how things will flow and work for a specific product or function. And yeah, that's kind of like the pretty much your day. Your days might change depending on the things that you're working on, but it's basically you go, you do some stuff, you have some meetings, you keep working, come back again, same thing over and over and over.
Great, great. And so let's talk about like the main topic of today's meet. Like, why is a portfolio so important for a designer?
Why is it important? Portfolios are kind of like the gateway or the great way to showcase your your skills as a designer, right? It's kind of like you gotta show this is how people can. It's your online presence, and this is how people will see how you know your design thinking, also your design process and your design skills, the visuals, everything, the UX. So this is a great way to showcase all of that, your all of your skills, like soft skills and your hard skills, and this is a great way to you kind of like have your online presence, and also it's your portfolio, it's your resume, right? It's very different from um, a regular resume from an office administrator or something like that. They just have a piece of paper and that's it. We have a resume, but also we have another resume, which is our portfolio, our online presence that showcase what we can do. So this is why it's very, very important and crucial to have.
Yes, agree. And now you are a product designer, right? And you have been in this field from past like 16 plus years, right? So you must be getting lot of resumes, lot of portfolios for review for jobs, right?
Yep.
So what things should be there in a portfolio, or what things you look for in a portfolio? What's the best structure of a portfolio according to you?
Yeah, the best thing that you should have in your portfolio, it's like that you should have in your portfolio, of course, is in as a product designer, you need to have, or UX designer, you need to have case studies, right? And this is very important. Case studies are very important because it showcase kind of like your design process. Everyone has a different design process, but this is where you should have 3 or more case studies that you can showcase different products, not mobile designs and have like 3 mobile designs. You can have a case study for a website, a case study for a software, a case study for mobile development or mobile app, and then something else. But you need to have case studies with different type of products that you worked on. Things that you need to have, that you should have in your case studies, for example, are kind of like the intro, understanding the problem, like that section, like the problem, what's the problem? You got to showcase your role. What do you do? Like, what was your role in that particular project? The solution, kind of like what you came up with. What was the solution? And also like the outcome. You can have sections like research stuff. Data is a key. It's king. So data is very important. So if you have some way you can showcase data in there, because based on data you take your design decisions, that's great. And then also the outcome of the whole project. Was it successful? Was not? Like, those are the type of things that you should have in your portfolio.
Yeah. I think that you even define the structure of the case study. Amazing. And Ruben, according to like, how many case studies should be there in a portfolio? How much is not too much?
I would say 3 to 5 will be great. And like I said, 3, if you have 3 different ones, like I don't want, like, people get mistaken that they need to put everything in their portfolio, and it's not. Like, try to put in there like what's the best of the best, and then make sure like you have great support for those case studies. 3 is a great number, but 3 to 5 is good if you have different projects. Like in my case, in my portfolio, I have 4. I have 4 case studies, but they are one of the strongest ones, and then I have different ones. I have a website, then I have a product landing page. I have a mobile development, like a mobile app, and then what is in there? What is it? I forgot, but it's like 4 different ones I have, and it works. I mean, like even like 3 will work. If you have 2, too little. Like it doesn't showcase like what you can do. And then having like more than 5 is way too much. It's gonna be overloaded, and they're not gonna care if you have like so much stuff in there. They're gonna be like, ah, this is probably like copy paste and just like no. Like make sure you have like 3 good ones, and you should be good to go.
Yes, agree. Yeah. Yeah. I think when even we get so many resumes, right, for a post, like even scanning through everything, it makes like it makes too tough if there's so many case studies there.
Yeah, I once had a student that he had like 6 different case studies, and like 4 of them were actually pretty good. Like they were like really good. But then the other 2 like were just like kind of like a copy of the other ones. Like let's say
Mm-hmm.
you have like 2 websites that you, but it's just like changing things around because it's a different website, and it's not worth it to showcase that because it's just the same thing. That's why it's important to make sure like you pick the best ones, and also showcase a different approach for each of those case studies or projects that you worked on.
Totally agree. And according to you, what things should not be there on a portfolio? Like maybe you have seen so many now, right?
Yeah, like things that should not be in your portfolio are like floating images. I call them floating images because they're just like there without any context. So that's not good. Everything that you put in there should have an explanation of why, and what was your, why do you do that, and why? What was your design decision? Like you have to have some context, even like if it's just one single image. If you have a paragraph that explains what it is, that's better than having just a single image in there. Like designs, I did designs, like boom, 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 boom. No, have a title in there, have some sort of context of what is this? Like, is this a print work? Is this a website? Is this a animations, or what is it? Try to have some sort of context in there, and you should be good. Like I said, floating images in there, not good. Also having paragraph of random stuff, like let's say you should have a about us page, right? Which is not about us, about me page, where you talk about who you are as a designer, but also who you are as a person. Like, because you need to showcase that. You need to tell who you are, and not just like being so professional. Like everything needs to be, no, like you should include stuff like you have to personalize your own. It's your website. You need to showcase who you are. So I've seen a lot of people that they also go overboard doing like too much of them and not so much of, it's a balance. You got to have a balance in between those 2 things.
Yeah, agree. And what are the places or the websites that designers can use to build their portfolio?
Well, this is all depends on what you want to do. Like for instance, I have people, and I have done it myself too. I use WordPress, right? I had a lot of people using Webflow, which is another one. Squarespace, that's another one. Also, Behance I really recommend that you have a Behance account and upload all your stuff in there. Even though if you have a portfolio outside of, if you have a RubenCespedes.com, that's good. But then having Behance.net/Ruben Cespedes, or your name, and have a Behance account in there with all your designs. Have a Dribble account, that's good. Also, Adobe Portfolio, which Adobe has a platform so you can create your portfolio in there. That's another one too. So I kind of like mentioned 5 in there. So if you want a website, you can use WordPress, Webflow, or Squarespace. And then for additional portfolios, you should have Behance and Dribble for sure.
Yeah, actually, a lot of people ask me this question, right? Like, we don't know coding, we don't know this, so how should we do? How should we make a good portfolio?
Yeah. like in my case, I code my portfolio myself. Like I design my portfolio and I code it myself. Because there's nothing wrong like using themes in WordPress or whatever, or there's nothing wrong with it, because most of designers are not coders.
Yeah.
I know how to code because I taught myself how to code back in 2007, and I'm very picky with stuff, and I just want to have control over things. And that's why I did it. And I have done it since, I think I used a theme once because I was tired and I was like, it's going to take a long time. And we are our, like our worst enemy, because it's our portfolio. It wanted to make sure like and we critique it so hard. Yeah. And we like, this doesn't work. I have to change it. So it takes time to design a portfolio, but also build it yourself. So I built myself like 2 years ago, I think. I always do a redesign of my portfolio. So yeah.
Great. For sure, I'll put a link for your portfolio in the description of this video.
Yeah, definitely. I will put my portfolio. As a matter of fact, I can do it right now. It should be RubenCespedes.com.
People will get inspired.
Definitely. I will go in there now and just like put it in the chat here. There you go.
That'll be great. Great. I think that's all, Ruben. We are done.
Cool. Thank you so much for the invite. This is very helpful. I have done this many times with other people too, where we talk about like, portfolio stuff, and portfolio are very important. Like I said before, they are our weapons out there, so that people can see stuff like that and they like your stuff. They're going to want to find out more about you. And that's when, they contact you, like recruiters from companies and stuff like that. They're going to be after you. Sometimes when you start as a designer, you will have to do a lot of work and put it out there and, be out there, network and do all that stuff. But then once you hit a certain level, recruiters are going to contact you. It's not going to be you contacting companies. They're going to come at you and they're going to be like, hey, we want you. And that's when you take advantage of things. So thank you so much for the invite again. And, anything, we can do this again.
Sure. Sounds good. I'll do that. I'll reach out to you. That's all, folks. It was amazing talking to you today, Ruben. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Later.
See you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.